Any Bitcoin dip from here on out will be minor. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whenever you are. Thank you for watching this video on Monday, the 12th of May. Thank you for being a part of this show. Man, you know what? Bitcoin has done very well, and you know what? Alts have done even better. It's actually crushed the dominance a little bit, but does that mean that Bitcoin is down and out and I was wrong, that the alts are going to take over and all of a sudden we're going to see a massive alt season since Bitcoin's coming down? Nah. We're going to talk about that and more in today's episode. So stay tuned, watch all the way to the end, hit the like, hit the subscribe, right? And let's get to it. All right. So we're going to be doing some trades, right? If you guys want to watch this live as I set this up, and you can ask questions, maybe even direct the way of the show, you can do so by signing up at levex.davincij15.com. That's levex.davincij15.com. And then you could sign up for, you can follow me as a subscriber here for free, right? Also, if you're interested in using WEEX, right, you can see I've got a trade open that's with $22,000 in profit, and I'm looking for a pullbacks, right? I'm looking. Can we get a pullback right to here, right? At least to 97,000? Maybe not, right? We'll talk about that in today's episode. Now, a $97,000 pullback, which would be just at the breakout here, is something that Bitcoin likes to do, right? But let's take a look at the bigger picture, right? You can see that Bitcoin, although we're in the overbought territory, there's a chance that we're just going to consolidate here and never break past, majorly past the 102, right? The 102 level, if we break through that, you can see that we could break down all the way down to the 87, all the way down to the lower than the 99K, all the way to $87,000. And then we have to decide Bitcoin has to reverse from that really, really fast, or else, it's going to be a long-term before it actually starts to break to the new all-time high, which was, 110-ish area ago, like the 110-ish area. So the odds are we're going to continue either sideways for a little while, so that these indicators reset a little bit, come back down, and then break higher. As you can see here on the dominance, let's go over to dominance first. Dominance has really been crushed, as a lot of the meme coins, altcoins, and Ethereum has, mostly Ethereum, right? You can see Ethereum has reversed heavily, up 25% against Bitcoin. Looks like Mr. M was right when he said, yeah, shouldn't we just buy here and with Ethereum because it's reversing here? And he was right. I didn't think so. I thought we were going to break even further down. But this tight consolidation showed that, boom, there was going to be a break out, a breakdown, and it broke up, going further higher for Ethereum. Finally Ethereum. But keep in mind, if you bought Ethereum and you held it all the way from the very beginning here, I mean, this was the breakdown from here. You're still hurting. Right? This is the breakdown. If we look on a weekly basis, the breakdown was right about the 40, wow, the 50-ish area, and that was it. Boom. So right now, we're looking to come back to at least to the this downward trend line, at least to that. 'Cause Jesus, man, we've got a long way to consolidate to that downward trend line. This downward trend line was not sustainable, of course. There had to be a pullback. There had to be some sort of dead cat bounce. And yeah, I thought it was going to be a little bit lower. I thought we were going to at least head to the critical line, but we didn't. And then boom, we came higher. All right. With that said, let's move on to Ethereum. Right, there we go. Ethereum. Ethereum has, wow, I had this upward trend line here that I forgot to remove, and it's now above that trend line. Jesus, from way back then, and it's like sliding against it. It was sliding up against it and sliding down. Wow, incredible. So looks like Ethereum is out at a 38.2 key level here from this start point. We should drag this down here. Boom. And maybe it's probably not set at the top here. So let's just do that for Ethereum. Okay, so that's the last swing top. There we go. And so yeah, you can see 38.2. We're right above that now. And with that said, the 38.2, if it holds, we're going to see the 61.8 for sure. Right? That is given. And there we go. We're not too far. So if you're interested in trading this, right, how would you best trade this? Well, I would say that there's no chance that we come back to the $1,700 mark. So that would be your liquidation price at this point. So you could actually add some a trade here. Let's just do that right here. Let's do it on futures here. Let's see here. The market is, let's change the market from USDT to Ethereum. We're going to do not cross, but isolated, right? Then we're going to do a lower, what's it called? Leverage. And we're going to just buy a little bit here. We're going to just buy 10%. Because I have high confidence. Now, you should be probably less than that. It should be 5% if you're going to go to a stop loss of hey, you know what? I'm going all the way, but I'm going to count also the total portfolio as part of my percentage that I have, right? And holding. So with that said, it's still less than 5%. Okay. With that said, let's make sure that stop loss. Let's see here. The liquidation price is at $2,000. So for this long, so what we're going to do is reduce that. And there we go. Boom. We're at 16.7, like under the set, exactly where we want to be. Not exactly, but 16.78, around 1700. So that's a safe area to say, okay, well, the odds of us being liquidated is next to nothing. And so the amount we want to buy is 10%. Hit long and confirm. And that's it. So I always do limit orders, by the way, guys. Don't do orders that are market unless because the reason why is you're going to end up paying a little bit more in fees. So do limit orders, right? Save yourself on fees. Right, you save your fees for something else, right? Okay, moving on. Let's take a look at Solana. Right, Solana is let's come back to this. I want to get back to this in a second, but first let's go to Solana. Solana, right, still looks like it wants to top over to the 187. That is pretty much a given here at this point. We're at one. You know what? I'd love to buy it here and then take it all the way to 187. But I think there's going to be a little bit more consolidation, so I'm just going to hold my horses. Probably gonna get screwed on this one, but that's okay. I'm willing to wait. I want to buy the lows, not the highs, and this is just too high of a price for me. I'd rather be down at these levels, the 169, 170-ish area, where it's trying to decide whether it wants to go higher before I do any kind of leverage trade, right? All the way to the top here. So yeah, let's just wait for that. If we get it, we get it. If we don't, we don't. That's it. If we come back down, we're gonna get it. If not, we're just gonna let it ride. All right, let's head over back to the dominance. You can see the dominance, right? Almost like we could almost like move this here. Let's just move it. Look at that. Yeah, and you can see it was riding this lower channel, this upper channel here. And that channel is still like, well, decent. I mean, it's not touching any of the lower levels really, but you know, it's almost the same, right? So if we just put it in the middle right here, you can see Bitcoin dominance was riding and then failed heavily. Boom! Now it looks like we're going to fail all the way to 62%. That's not a big deal. Not the world ender, right? Said it was possible that we could come back to that level. Let me just slide over the 2 week, and you can see, boom, we are looking like we're going to head to that level on the 2 week level. The daily, the 2 week, what's it called? Time frame. So, yeah, looks like there is a little bit of a pullback from it's high from this key levels here, but we've already indicated, yes, we've broken above it. We're indicating we're coming back at the very least. So, once we come back, we have to break higher, of course, like just like we did here, right? We failed, and then we could come back. We could fail to the next level, which is the 60% level, of course. But this looks like any kind of failure will just draw another upward trend line to the next level here. And so that we can be headed higher for sure. If not during this bull market, this current bull run that we're currently in, or we're going to head higher during the bear market for sure. Okay. That's it for today. I hope you learned something today. I hope you get into a profitable trade today. And if you're interested, make sure you check out all the links in the description or in the pinned comment on where you should trade. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.